Hello my beautiful souls, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Gem, and in today's pick-card reading we're going to be discussing what is on their mind when they see you. So in pick-card readings you can view them how you like, you can watch the whole video, or you can watch whatever pile catches your eye, as long as you take what resonates and leave the rest. Know that the way that I read tarot is about self-reflection, it's about showing you the different options that you have, and of course it's for entertainment purposes, so don't take anything too seriously. Know that you have your own free will, trust yourself to make your own decisions. And trust your intuition. So that is what I have to say, and let's hop into the pile selection. So today the video that was voted for was this thumbnail with this title, which is what's on their mind when they see you. If you'd like to vote on our next thumbnail and title, make sure to follow so that you could vote on the next poll. But that is what we're going to be discussing today. So for pile 1 we have this beautiful, gorgeous, beautiful lady. Sorry, I don't know why I stuttered. She's just too pretty. She is a beautiful chocolate bronze. She's got gorgeous, beautiful lips. She has like a beautiful highlight on her cheeks. She's got like blue eyes, or it looks like could be contacts. She also has these beautiful dangly earrings. She has beautiful like little baby hairs laid down around her face. She has beautiful wavy hair. She's wearing like some sort of sparkly like dress or gown. And she looks like she's in the spotlight. Also, her skin looks very dewy, very highlight, like very fresh and like silky smooth. So if that resonates with you, please pick pile 1. And then for pile 2, we have another beautiful baddie. She's a little bit more on the like lighter tone with her skin. So it's giving like mixed vibes. Also, she's got these beautiful green eyes. She's got this beautiful dark straight hair. She's wearing like a little buttoned up shirt that's off her shoulder. She looks like she's at home or like in some sort of office space. And she's got these beautiful pink lips, beautiful tiny little face, cute, nice eyebrows, like they're laid down nicely. She's got long lashes. And she looks like a cat. So if that resonates with you, please pick pile 2. And then for pile 3, we have this beautiful, gorgeous lady. She is so stunning. She's got dark hair. She's got her hair's wavy. She also's got laid down pieces of hair. Her skin's also very glowy, very shiny, dewy. She's got this like dress on, it looks like, that has like glitter and sparkles on it. It's also looking like lace potentially. She's got these brown eyes. She's got eyeliner. She's got laid down eyebrows, cute little button nose, a beautiful face, and these gorgeous lips. I love her lip color. It looks so nice with her eye color. So, and a little dangly earring. So if that matches or resonates with you in any way, please pick pile 3. Okay, let's hop into the piles. Hello my beautiful pile 1s. If you chose this image, this will be your reading on what goes on in their mind when they see you. So, before we hop into your reading, I want to let you guys know I do offer personal readings. We have a sale going on for Black Friday up until Thanksgiving, so if you'd like to check that out, I do offer bundle readings, customizable readings. You could let me know with an email, letting me know the unlimited questions that you may have, and also what decks you want to see in the reading, what sections you want to see, like if you want like messages, emoji deck, whatever deck you guys want to see, Pinterest board, index messages, whatever. They're super customizable and they're super fun to do. So if you're interested, I also have single deck readings as well up there for more on the cheaper side. And not only that, but we're going to have an extended reading to this pile. So if you feel like this really resonates with you and you want to hear more about it, I will have it on my Patreon. It is ad free, it helps out the channel, and it allows me to say more 18+ messages. So if you feel like this reading resonated, you could go check that out there. We'll probably do Pinterest board over there. And if some 18+ messages comes out, I'll use like an 18+ deck. So, thank you for listening. Let's hop into your reading. So, the first thing I want to talk about is your thumbnail. So, I'm going to pull some messages from your thumbnail based on what I'm getting from your thumbnail. Is what crosses this person's mind is how truly stunning you are. It's like they get hit in the gut with, they're like, oh my god, pile 1's so stunning. Like, I think you could have a very beautiful face, beautiful genetics, beautiful features. You could have beautiful lips. For some of you, if this is like a romantic thing, they could think about kissing you. They could think about kissing your lips. For some of you, this could also be potentially a friend. I'll talk more about that in a sec, just because I was getting that through the cards. But it could be also just a platonic person. that finds you to be beautiful and like wants to be friends with you. I was also getting that you could wear really luxury, beautiful things. People could be like, oh my god, 𝑝𝑒𝒀𝒻's outfit is so beautiful, 𝑝𝑒𝒀𝒻's hair is so beautiful, 𝑝𝑒𝒀𝒻's makeup is on point. Like, I think whoever this person is like, they really like you, and they really, like, they could be frustrated of how truly beautiful you are, and maybe the fact that you may not see it for some of you. But anyways, that's what I'm getting for your thumbnail. So let's hop into your cards. So we got frustrated, and then we got hoping. And while I was shuffling the deck, I also saw the sorry card. So for some of you, this could be someone who is frustrated that maybe they messed up. And when they see you, they're still hoping that they could have some sort of attachment or some sort of connection with you. Or maybe some sort of, if it's more on the 18 plus side or relationship side, they're hoping for maybe for things to get a little bit more deep, a little bit more sensual. The Devil card, it represents sexuality. So it could represent like this person also is hoping that you're still interested in them, or that maybe you could forgive them for maybe something that they did in the past, or maybe, I don't know. But we did get the sorry card came out. I just wanted to say that message. But besides that, we're not going to talk about it because it's not laid out here. But for the rest of you, this could just be a person who is frustrated and hoping that you are, you know, like, okay, let me read what the Devil card says. It says attachment, addiction, restriction, sexuality. It also represents shadow self. This person could be frustrated with maybe your ego or your shadow self. If that's not the case, then this could be they're frustrated with maybe some sort of addiction they may have to. They could be maybe a little bit obsessed with you or a little bit addicted to you, like wanting to be around you all the time, wanting to be, you know, I don't know, up in your grill, and they're like frustrated that they can't do that. And the Devil card could also represent that they're having some sort of restrictions, and they're frustrated on the restrictions that they're having. Like they're frustrated maybe on the walls that could be set up. Maybe you have some walls up against this person, or you have like some distance between this person, or maybe there's just like if this is somebody that you're just beginning to know, because we are doing pile 1, and this, you know, the number 1 represents a new beginning or new connection. This could be someone that maybe is new to you, and maybe you're like more of like a person who just has their walls up and it takes time to get to know. And this person's like, what crosses their mind is like, you know what, I will be patient as long as I need, or, you know, for you to open your walls or tear down your walls, because they're hoping that they want to be, you know, close to you. They want to be friendly with you. They want to celebrate with you. The Two of Cups is like a very strong connection. It's somebody who, that someone could feel is like their soulmate or their twin flame, and that doesn't have to be a romantic thing. It could also be like a platonic thing. But I think this person definitely sees you as an amazing person. Like they look up to you. They're like, I want to be best friends, or I want to be close with this person. I really like this person. You know, I want to spend time with this person. I want to go out and get drinks with this person. I want to, you know, they could also look up to you with your, you know, discipline, or the way you get things done, your work ethic. The Three of Cups is also about celebration. This person wants to be patient when it comes to celebrating with you. Like this person wants to celebrate with you and celebrate maybe your achievements with you. And they're like being patient to when that opportunity opens up for them. So let's read what these cards say more in depth. They could also just feel like, this could be a Capricorn, potential Capricorn here. It doesn't have to be though. It could also just be some sort of shadow elements coming out here. Maybe they're trying to work through their ego. So like what pops up in their head when they see you is like, they're like, I just want to get past this difficulties that we may be having. And I just want things to be fun, fresh, and, you know, reignited for some of you. Or this could be, if that doesn't resonate, this could just be saying this new person is just looking to get to know you, wants to get more familiar with you and have a lot of fun, even if it's more of like, more of the devilish side of things, if you catch my drift. Okay, so the Devil card says shadow self-attachment, addiction, restriction. So the Devil could represent your shadow or darker side, the negative forces constraining you or holding you back from being the best version of yourself. You may be at effective negative habits, dependencies, behaviors, thought patterns, relationships, or addictions. You may have found yourself trapped between a short-term pleasure you're receiving versus long-term pain you're experiencing. So this could speak on finding a duality. However, the Devil, you are choosing the path of instant gratification. This could be someone who maybe is someone who chooses instant gratification, and you may not be that type of person. And they're kind of hoping that this could be a person that wants to work on themselves so that they look more towards the longer, you know, the longer run of things. Or this could be a person who, when they see you, it's like they may just want short-term gratification. So take it how it resonates. But I think that for some of you, what this card could be representing is like they're frustrated, they're hoping that they can maybe have short-term, you know, gratifications with you. And that doesn't have to mean anything crazy. It doesn't have to mean like, you know, sex. This could also just mean maybe like going out and getting drinks with you. Maybe you're not the type of person to go out and get drinks anymore. Maybe you're someone who's trying to focus on prioritizing yourself, focus on prioritizing your health, your mental health. You know, not spending your time around shitty people, not spending your time around, you know, people who don't add to your life but take away from it. And you could just be more focused on that, and like maybe there's a person in your life that's like wanting to pull you back into that, or wanting to relive those moments. If that doesn't resonate, this could also represent someone who is just hoping to change. Maybe they're trying to change in those ways. Maybe they're trying to grow in those ways, and they want this rekindling with you, and they're trying to be patient on like working on themselves. And then when they see you, they're like, they look at you as someone who's like, you know what? They're like, I have to work on myself, or I have to be better in order to be, you know, friends with this person, or to be close with this person, or to be in a relationship with this person. Okay, we also have this card could represent tricking into thinking you have no control over your shadow self, breaking free from the hold you believe you need it or you must have it, even though it means going against what you know. Deep down, though, you know it's a detriment and only to yourself, a disservice when you cave into these lower needs and desires. To break free from negative patterns, you need to acknowledge to hold yourself accountable. For example, the first step to Alcoholic Anonymous, like, you know, basically saying that you're an alcoholic or whatever. So maybe that for some of you, this could be someone who is an alcoholic. And the only reason why I say that, okay, this may not resonate with you guys at all, but I'm just going to put it out there because there's multiple messages that's pointing this out, because it says it in this deck for this card, and it specifically has beer here. And I know the Three of Cups also talks about celebrating, drinking, having fun. So this could definitely be maybe significant to you in some way, Pile 1. But this could be maybe this is like the version of yourself that you may be leaving behind, and maybe when people see you, this could be the version of what people see of you, is like maybe this is how people see you. Or this could be also maybe some past people from the past that you maybe not surrounding yourself with anymore, like they're kind of hoping to like, that you'd come back out, like hanging out with them, or if that doesn't resonate at all, then this could just be maybe you're the type of person who has their walls up until you get a little drinks in you or something, and this person could feel like they're just hoping to tear down your walls because they want to get to know you more. They want to spend more time with you. They want to, you know, yeah. So we also have the Devil shows up. Could be an opportunity to bring these negative influences to your conscious awareness and take action to free yourself from the hold. The positive note, this could also mean a powerful attachment between two people, such as a mom or a newborn, or new romantic phase in the honeymoon phase. Be careful, though, because this healthy attachment could turn to an unhealthy codependent one if you lose contact or connection with an inner guidance. For some of you, this could also represent maybe you dealt with someone who struggled with addiction, and you're not looking to, you know, be codependent with somebody who has that. What codependency means is when you're constantly like mothering them, or you're trying to fix them or change them or trying to heal their addiction for them. And it's like, it's just something that completely backfires because it makes them want to drink more. It's kind of like when someone's struggling with that, they have to figure it out on their own. They have to hit rock bottom sometimes. And they have to figure it, you know, pull themselves up. They can't just be, you can't fix somebody. You can't change them. You can't drag a horse to water and expect them to drink the water. You know that whole expression? So there could be something about that. And then with the Three of Pentacles, maybe for some of you guys, maybe you have an addiction to something, and people could be hoping that you'd change in that way. If that doesn't resonate, this could just be maybe vice versa, like, you know, it's mirrored. With the Three of Pentacles, so the Three of Pentacles says, it says, the stonemason couldn't build the cathedral without the help of the architects. They couldn't build. It's basically teamwork. It's working together. Each person has an important role to play. When they come together as a team, they create something more significant, and to undertake a project on their own. Three of Pentacles turns up in a reading, and it's assigned to collaborate with others. The Three of Pentacles represents the value of different ideas, leveling of experience, and collaboration. The architects respect the specialties, knowledge of the stonemason, and the backgrounds, experience levels, and the expertise that are very different. They come together to share their insights. And then it could also marks an initial stage of an implementation that follows the ACE's idea phase, and planning step of the two. You know what you want to create, you lay down the plans, gather resources, the money, people, and time, and set to work. You may also already reached your first significant milestone. Of course, you are nowhere near the finish line. And it says, as you implement your ideas, you realize that you have the skills and capabilities and resources you need to accomplish your objectives. The Three of Pentacles is an encouragement to you that you are on the right track, you are competent on what you're doing, and you are making progress. Keep going. Adequate preparation. So for some of you, maybe you guys are overcoming an addiction. Maybe for some of you, people have been noticing that you've been like letting go, maybe like this past version of yourself. Maybe you've gone through a big transformation. You've developed into like this beautiful butterfly. You know, escaped the cocoon. You're no longer, you know, following generational traumas, or you're like leaving the past version of yourself behind, and you're healing your shadow. You're healing your shadow self. And it's almost like this card is saying, people around you, when people see you, what goes through is like they're like proud of you. They're like, wow, like, you know, I never knew how capable Pile One was until I see the version the version they are today. To be able to see them and see where they're at and what they were capable of doing, and the fact that they were able to overcome this, you know, is astonishing, and people are very proud of you. It could also be, this card could represent just working together. Like when people see you, they see you as a team player. They see you as someone who is a team, like you work together as a team, or you're very good at working as a team. You could be also very skilled. You have a lot of resources. You know what you need to do. You're great at like problem solving, planning ahead, you know, brainstorming ideas. And that could be what people see as you. Maybe people want to work together with you. People see you as like a business, you know, partner in some way. And then the Two of Cups. The Two of Cups I know is like soulmate card. It's basically like someone, it's like love relationships. But I'll read it straight from the deck. It's really interesting how we have Two of Cups and then Three of Cups too. It's almost like moving up a phase as well. So unified. My phone just made a ringing noise about going to bed. So it says united love, partnership, mutual attraction. The Ace of Cups represents a flow of love between two people. This card is creating deep connections and partnership, shared values, compassion, unconditional love. And it's the early stages. They have potential to grow, develop into something more deeply fulfilling and rewarding in their long term. You have mutual respect and appreciation for one another. Today you reach a higher plane of consciousness. The Two of Cups appears in the reading. You may be entering a new partnership, perhaps a lover, a friend, a business partner. You are both focused on creating relationships that is mutually beneficial. A win-win situation for the both of you. You can see eye to eye. Appreciate what each other bring to the table. In a romantic relationship, this could be showing a new blossom of a union based on mutual attraction. There is also a physical and soul connection that leaves you giddy and weak to the knees. You bring out the best in each other and lift each other to a higher potential. In a business relationship, the Two of Cups could also signify that you both are at the same wavelength at sharing new visions for a venture that you're creating. You may not have the same skills as each other, but you create a beautiful synergy when you work together. For example, one may be talented at sales and marketing while the other excels as managing business operations. Wow. A partnership like that, built on trust, harmony, and mutual respect, is likely to succeed so long as you continue to communicate. That's crazy. Maybe there's when you enter the room, Pile 1, people see you as like a business partner. People see you as someone that they could work really well together with and want to work with you. It's like they feel like you might be their other half when it comes to bringing up a project to life. That could be for some of you. This could also just be, again, with like a romantic partner, a soulmate, someone who sees you as their other half and they're romantically and sexually attracted to you. Or it could even be both. We have the Three of Cups is a card celebration, friendship, sisterhood, creative collaborations. Your friends and family are here to support you and lift you up even higher levels of success. Celebrate with them and enjoy their 𝐸𝑋𝑒𝑑𝓎. This card reminds me of a wonderful connection shared of 4 female characters in Sex and the City. Carrie, Charlotte, Samantha, and Miranda. They stand at each other's thick and thin, and they're always there for each other. To make it their way through their relationships, career, and different life journeys. This card could also represent in a tarot card reading, you're encouraged to gather with your closest friends and have a good time together, talking, laughing, sharing, creating. Together you give and receive love, support, and compassion for each other. You may be inspired to have a girls' night out. The Three of Cups also indicates a very sociable period, perhaps a birthday, wedding, or holiday season, or vacation with friends. See this as your opportunity to let your hair down and forget the day-to-day commitments and obligations for a while. This invites you to collaborate with others on a creative project and inspire one another to reach new heights. Collectively, you are working towards a common goal and the greater good of others. By reaching out to others, band together, you can achieve a great deal by sharing your positive energy and compassion to a wider community. Wow, so I know I read the cards, but the overall message I'm getting for you, Pile 1, is when this person sees you, they might be frustrated and hoping, like they could be a little bit frustrated, but they're hoping for this beautiful like reconnection or connection with you because they see someone who is very skilled, very talented, someone who they see that they could literally create beautiful creations, beautiful ideas, and have some sort of maybe sisterhood or friendship with you, or even beautiful partnership and amazing like duality in a relationship with you. And they're wanting to be patient. Like the inside, they're like, I want to be patient. I know that this person may have their walls up, but I'm willing to wait. And I'm willing to, see where it takes us, because I think that they really see you as somebody who is somebody that they just want unconditional love with and a beautiful connection with. So that is what I have for you, my beautiful Pile 1s. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this and you want to hear more specific details, there's less people watching on my Patreon, so I'm able to get more nitty-gritty. And also, if you want to hear more, just if this feels like it resonated, check it out over there. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in my next ones. Bye! Hello, my beautiful Pile 2s. If you chose this thumbnail, this will be your reading on what crosses their mind when they see you. So, before we hop into this reading, I want to let you guys know I do offer personal readings. I have bundle readings. I have a sale going on for Black Friday up until Thanksgiving. So if you'd like to get a reading, then I have them over here. They're customizable. You can let me know what decks you want to see, what sections you want to see, like Pinterest board, index messages, charms and initials, whatever it is you want, it's available. Also, I have all my decks listed over there for single deck readings, which are more on the cheaper side, so if you're interested, check it out. If not, no worries. Also, I have a Patreon, so we're going to do extended reading, so if you feel like this reading really resonated with you and you want to hear more about it, I will have an extended reading on my Patreon, and it's ad-free, It allows me to say more 18 plus messages, and it is supports the channel. So yeah, anyways, thank you for listening. Let's hop into your reading. So the first thing that I'm getting for you, pile 2, let's talk about your thumbnail and the messages I was getting from your thumbnail. What crosses people's minds when they see you is literally like, I want to say, like, who are your parents and how did they create such a beautiful, like, individual? Like, genuinely, like, people wonder if you model. People could wonder if you, you know, are like a makeup artist, or you like do some sort of like, you know, work related towards your appearance. Whether it's like maybe you're a stylist, an outfit stylist, or like if you do hair, if you do makeup or something, people wonder. Another thing I'm getting is people could wonder how you are able to afford the place that you have. People wonder how you do your makeup. People wonder if like your spirit animal's a cat, because you could look literally like a cat. I'm just getting like cat-like features. Maybe you have like feline type like eye shape. Besides that though, I was also getting, people may wonder what culture you are. People may wonder what ethnicity you are, what background you have. You guys could be maybe mixed. It doesn't have to be, okay? People may just wonder, the general message could be, they maybe just wonder what ethnicity you are, like where you come from, what language do you speak, what accent you have. Yeah. So that's what I have with your thumbnail. Let's look at your tarots, your tarot cards. So we have Mind Blown, we have Drunk, we have Temperance in reverse, we have Hierophant, we have Nine of Wands. It says I don't have enough money. We have Self-Love, and we have Culture. So what people, when you like show up, what crosses people's minds and like how they see you is they see you as somebody who really, really loves themselves. They see you as someone who is so confident and so truly about themselves. Like, you have a really good relationship with yourself. You really love yourself. You know that you're smart enough, you're pretty enough, you're talented enough, you're good enough. And you're not somebody who's looking to prove it. You're not somebody looking to prove it. You have nothing to prove. And you're not looking to, you know, seek validation from others. You're like, the only validation I need is my own. And it's like super attractive. I think also just like it really helps you in life, because it's like, now that I'm not chasing external validation, I can really just focus on what it is I actually want to do. What is it that I want to do? What is it that I want to be? And so on and so forth. So that could be what crosses people's minds, is like they look up to you for that. They're like, wow, like maybe for some of you, this could have to do with your culture. You could love your background. You could love your ethnicity. You could love your culture. You could love, you know, your food, your cuisine from, you know, the place that you came from, or like you could love your state, your nationality, or what is it? The country. You could be, what is it called? What is it when you're very proud of your I forgot what the word is called. Be very proud, like for where you came from and your language that you speak, and people could like really, really like that about you. People could really, really like that about you. They love your uniqueness. They love all of that. You could also be someone who's very in tuned in like learning new cultures and dabbling into new things, dabbling into new people's experiences, and getting to know what it's like to be from a different background. And that could be also what, you know, crosses people's minds, is that they could see you as someone who's very understanding, or someone who likes to put yourself in other people's shoes and like have empathy to understand where other people have came from. I think also, not only that, I think you also maybe have healed a lot of like maybe for some of you, this may not fit for everybody, But this could be for some of you, maybe you guys healed a lot of generational trauma. You healed where you came from. And now instead of looking at it from a negative view or having negative, view of yourself because of it, you're able to truly love that part of yourself and not see it with, some hate or anything. Like healing and seeing the beauty in those beautiful things. So that's what I have with that. We also have I don't have any money. There could be something about you, like when people see you, they could see you as someone who has wealth, who has status, who has, a financial stability, and maybe that's something that you really had to work for and work hard towards. And people, when they see you, it's like they may feel insecure about it. They might, in their mind, it's like they reflect that they're like, oh, I don't have enough money either to be friends with this person or to know this person or to be with this person. Like they might just look at themselves being like, oh, I don't have enough money. I don't make that much. Like they compare themselves. So that could be something, or this could be the other message. I'm going to try to say all messages, whether it's positive or negative. So of course, take what resonates. But this could also be maybe some people view you as maybe not having enough money. And maybe you're at like the beginning stages of like really growing something beautiful, growing a lot of financial stability. So, and that could be something. So with the Nine of Wands, I feel like the Nine of Wands is going to give us a little bit more clarification of what this entails. So let's see what this says. So the Nine of Wands. Nine of Wands in reverse says inner resources, struggle, overwhelmed, defensive, paranoia. Oh, so this could be, for some of you, maybe you healed from the lack mindset. Because what is so detrimental about the lack mindset is that we don't allow ourselves to take any risks. We don't allow ourselves to really jump in with both feet and really learn and grow and really like get this extra, like when we're so focused on what is we don't have, that is what we continue to manifest. That is what we continue to create in our life, is lack. Because then we focus and hold on to things that we think we need, but in reality, we need to let it go and move on to something greater. So for example, let me give you an example. This is the best example I could think of because it just popped into the top of my head. But for someone who's doing like DoorDash or something, someone who's like, I need the money, I'm like really broke right now, I need the money, I need to do some DoorDash, whatever. They spend all their time doing this for not that much money, and they really get stuck and hold on to this because they're like, oh my God, I don't have enough money, I need to keep doing this, I need to keep, staying put. When like that continues to repeat that cycle of lack and feeling stuck, rather than being like, I'm worth more. And my time is worth more. Time is greater than money. Your time is so important. There's only so much time you spent on this world. You need to make every single second worth it. And what you don't want to be doing is stuck doing something that's not worth your time. So time is money, And like, not saying to rush, like, that's not what I'm trying to say here, but like, people get so locked in on being like, oh my God, I need this job, I need to stay here, I'm getting, but it's like, or they'll take whatever they can get. They don't understand their worth. They don't understand their worth. And that is the harm that comes from this, the lack mindset, is because you are worth more. You are worth more, pile 2. And people could see that, or that could be just a reflection that people may have. It's like that's what they, project. So, spend your time doing what it is you want to do. And like, obviously not everyone could say that. Some people are in survival mode. People gotta pay bills. I understand that. Of course. I think it's important though to realize there's only so much time you have on this planet, and you don't want to be stuck prioritizing money over your own happiness. So, do what you got to do, but create a stable foundation for yourself so that you can shift over doing something better for you, something more worth your time. And yeah, I know that's I guess that wasn't the best example. I hope that helped somebody, but it's basically lack mindset is you're so focused on what it is you lack and your low sense of worth that it's with every decision you make, it's you make it from a place of low worth. And you never put yourself on a pedestal, you never romanticize yourself, you never tell yourself that you're worth more. And so then you don't even take those opportunities to show that you're worth more. For example, when someone comes up to you and they ask you, what do you do for a living? Instead of being oh, well, I kind of started up this business, or I kind of, I'm started doing this and it's not really, I'm doing this. We have to have confidence in it. We have to be yeah, I sell t-shirts. I create a whole brand. I'm, for mental health, X, Y, and Z. We have to have confidence in ourselves and tell people, because when people see that, they're this person knows what they're doing. People feel more, confident in you to invest in your business. So anyways, besides that tangent, there could just be something about that coming out here. It's people could be seeing that within you. People could just be, people could see that you come from money, and people could be you know what, they project that onto themselves. It's oh, well, I can't do that. And it's yes, you can. It doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter where you come from. It doesn't matter whether you're on the side of the road with nothing. You can do it too. And yes, it will be hard, but you need to do the hard work. But you can do it too. You can motherfucking do it. And I believe in you. So inner resources, struggle, overwhelm, defensive, paranoia. This could also just be inner resources you don't need... Okay, I feel this is a really big message coming out here. Just the fact that this lined up right underneath it. But for some of you, what people see is that you are someone who's more than capable of literally anything. You could be maybe someone who works in sales. You could be really good with speech and talking, or that could be some skill you're building where you're amazing at selling something or selling anything. You are just so good. You could be very good at talking. Pile 2. There could also just be something about you having a lot of inner resources. Is even if you may not have much outside of you, you don't need money to do something. You don't need money to start a business. You don't need money to, to start. And with you, pile 2, it's you have everything in your belt. You have everything you ever need just inside of you to do what it is you need to do. You're more than capable. You are so capable. And that's how people view you. When they see you, they're wow, pile 2's got their shit together. Pile 2's more than capable. Pile 2's people look up to you. People look up to you. Another thing, it says struggle, overwhelmed. People could be feeling you're, struggling at the moment. But trust me, this dark time or this period of, feeling low or hitting rock bottom, it can only go up from here. It's only going to go up from here. Sometimes, when we're having a transformation, when we're growing, when we're changing, when we're evolving, it gets very difficult because it's the universe trying to remind you that you need to change. It's the environment around you that's forcing you out of it, out of your comfort zone, so you could expand through it and, evolve into this new version of yourself that, is just a million times better. Better environment, better place for you, better. And so there could be a lot of struggling or overwhelming, or maybe some paranoia being oh my God, I can't do this, or, universe is out to get me. And it's no. It's only here to help you. It's only here to help you. You have everything you ever need. And look at this as an opportunity. Look at this as from a positive place and a positive perspective. It's only working out in your favor. Everything always works out in your favor. I think with you, pile 2, people could be you could be a beautiful bright light that shines so bright that people who struggle with this lack mindset, it's you make them so uncomfortable that it's they have to see a different perspective from what they are, you know, so cooped up in thinking, having to see a different perspective, being like, maybe what I thought isn't actually true. And the only reason why I'm starting to believe that is because of pile 2. Pile 2 has showed me examples of how to get out of it. And it's like truly inspirational. Besides that, though, we have the Hierophant. So the Hierophant here represents Taurus. And we also have Aquarius here. So you don't have to be those signs, but those could just be maybe some placements that you may have that could be coming out here. It says spiritual wisdom, religious beliefs, conformity, tradition, institution. People could be mind blown to your intuition. People could be mind blown to your spirituality, the fact that you just trust the universe and the universe trusts you. People could be like mind blown. People could be mind blown on how lucky you are. And like the fact that you just repeat every day to yourself, what I do and what I'm striving for always works out for me. And people are mind blown, Pile 2, that you did it and that you're doing it. And people are like, holy shit, what? Changing people's minds. You change people's minds. People don't know what to think when they see you. When you enter a room, their mind is constantly changing. Also, we have spiritual wisdom, religious beliefs, conformity, tradition. You guys could be very traditional. Maybe you guys were very traditional. Maybe you guys like think or have like some sort of structure. You could be very structural, especially with like Taurus energy. You guys could love foundation, love a stable foundation. You could be very foundational. Very dependable, very, maybe slow-paced type of worker, but you always get it done. And I think this could just be representing, like, your structure. You're very stable, emotionally, physically, financially. There could also just be something about following some sort of like rules or structures or layout, or maybe you're very good at planning ahead. You just like to have structure. You like to have schedules. You like to have, being organized, very clean type of person. And that could be something that people think about, or that's how people view you. What pops into their mind is like, oh my God, Pile 2's super clean, super organized, how do they manage to manage their time so well? What the fuck? So there could be that. And then Temperance, I think you're very balanced. You're a very balanced individual. For some of you, I want to make note of this. This is a little bit more of a negative message, but hear me out. If you watch Pile 1 and Pile 2, this could be a very specific message for you guys, talking about like alcohol, specifically alcohol coming out here. Maybe your consumption of alcohol. Maybe you guys have like, been sober for some time now, and it has, drastically have changed your life for the better. I'm not really someone who advocates for, I'm also someone who's gone sober, and it's just improved my life in general, but I'm also not against, casually drinking, casually smoking weed, casually, whatever. Just not using it as a way of coping. When you finally let go of needing to cope, you actually start to change your reality. We cope because we're suffering from our reality. So there could be something about you, Pile 2, that this message is really coming out, is like people could see you as someone who's very balanced. Someone who has, let go of maybe over drinking or getting way too drunk, partying, or like, someone who's just found more balance and stability in their life and is no longer looking for short-term dopamine or short-term fixes to feel good in the moment. We have imbalance, excessive, self-healing, realignment. I think, and then we have drunk. And like literally look at this. He's drinking. He's got a beer out. Specifically, we have beer. And there's beer here. So there could definitely be something about like letting go of drinking, having some self-healing, having a lot of self-healing. I think when people see you, Pile 2, people think about the work that you put in. People think about your journey. People think about the amount of love that you have for yourself and you have for your body, to treat it with respect and to, you know, remove the things that were just hurting your body. And you found more of a balance. You found a way to realign yourself to exactly where it is you need to be. And it's working out in your favor. So, and that's what crosses people's minds when they see you, pile 2. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this reading. My beautiful pile 2s, thank you so much. If you felt like this resonated and you want to hear more, we're going to have it extended over my Patreon. It's linked in the bio. But anyways, thank you so much for watching and just being here in general. You guys, literally, your support means the world to me. And it allows me to do what it is I want to do. So thank you so much. And I'll see you in the next ones. Bye. Hello, my beautiful pile 3s. If you chose this image, this will be your reading on what crosses their mind when they see you. So before we hop into the reading, I want to let you guys know I do offer personal readings. We're going to have a sale going on for Black Friday. We have a really big sale going on, so if you're interested in getting a personal reading from me, you can. I have customizable readings. You can let me know what decks you want to see, what sections you want to see, like if you want messages, emoji decks, charms and initials, index messages, Pinterest board, whatever it is, Love Radio. It's available over there. And I also have cheaper readings that are just single deck readings, so any deck you see on my channel is listed over there as well. And I have a store tab, or you can check it out on my Beacon AI tab, which is in the description and in the bio. Thank you so much for listening to that. I also am going to have an extended reading, so if you guys felt like this reading really resonated with you, I'm going to have an extended. It's linked in the bio. It's over on my Patreon. It supports the channel. It's ad-free, and it allows me to say more 18+ messages. So if you feel like it resonated and you want to hear more, it's over there. Okay, thank you for listening. Let's hop into your reading. So, my beautiful pile 3s. The first thing I'm going to talk about is your thumbnail and the messages I was getting from your thumbnail. People could really, really love the way everything you wear and like the makeup you wear is just like a beautiful color palette. Like you match. Everything you do matches. It looks phenomenal on you. It's like stunning. People could really love your eyes. Your eye contact, the way you style your eyes, the makeup you put around your eyes. You could also make a really like beautiful eye contact. Maybe some of you guys model. I was really getting modeling. There could also be something for people who really like your skin, how dewy your skin is, how smooth. And for some of you guys, if you're like older, you could look younger. You could have a really like young looking, healthy, bouncy skin. And yeah, so that's what I have with your thumbnail. Let's see what we have with your tarot cards. So it's really interesting. I feel like we were getting a lot of messages. There's a lot of people who think a lot about you, pile 3. So the first thing is you have this warmth to you that people have never felt in anyone else. It's like truly like you are so warm and inviting. People feel so invited to get to know you, to meet you. It's like when people meet you at first, it's like they can be a little bit intimidated. But like the second you start talking, it's like, wow, like pile 3 is like, pile 3 wants to actually get to know me. Pile 3 actually wants to hear about me, hear about my work. Like people feel so warm, like so much warmth when talking to you, when meeting you, maybe even hugging you. It's like you're just like a really warm, beautiful light, and people feel so nurtured just being around you. Your energy's magnetic and super attractive. So that's what I have with the warmth card, and that's what crosses this people's minds. Like people maybe like blush. People may just blush around you. People may, you know, in their mind they're like, wow, pile 3 is like no other person. I've never met someone so nice and so like just genuine and authentic, like so surreal. It's like no one has ever asked me to get to know me like pile 3 has. Like pile 3 actually wants to get to know me. So that's how people feel, and then what crosses their mind. We also have I'm chasing my dreams, I'm lost, I love your eyes, you turn me on. So we have some spicy messages over here. And you're hot. I think people may blush when talking to you. People could be very attracted to you. What crosses their minds is how beautiful your eyes are and the fact that you turn them on. People could also see you as someone who chases their dreams. You're someone who, like, you know, is a dreamer. People see you as a dreamer, that you're hungry for life, that you want to chase your dreams, live the dream life that you want, and you're not looking to just settle with anything. You are looking for your dream life, and you're not going to give up until you have it. And I think that's what crosses people's minds. Is like people are like, wow, pile 3 is a dream chaser. And even though people may see you as someone who might be like you might be someone who's so locked in on what it is you want to do, and other people might be like, I don't know what the hell I want to do. How does pile 3 already know? So people could be like shocked on how you know exactly the journey you want to take. For others of you, maybe this is something that you're like, I want to chase my dreams, but people have noticed that maybe you've been lost on trying to find what works for you. And there's nothing wrong with taking your time in finding that out. Have plenty of time on this planet. Some people do that their entire life. They just try a bunch of different things, and they keep trying a bunch of different things. And that's okay. You don't need to find out. Guess what? You don't ever need to know. And that's okay. You are beautiful. You're perfect just the way that you are. But for some of you, there could be something about like, you're like, you know, maybe at that time where you're like, I don't really know what I want to do. I don't really know what dreams I have. I don't really know those different things. The best way to find out is by asking yourself and trying, giving it a shot. For example, if someone's like, oh, well, I don't really know if I'm going to like skydiving. Well, guess what? You have to try it out. You have to actually try it out and figure it out to know if you're going to like it or not, so that you could be like, okay, you try it and you're like, actually, I don't really like this. Now I'm going to go try something else. Guess what? Now we learned something a little bit more about ourselves. We are figuring out who it is we are and what identity we want to have. And by trying different things, you know, trying it out, trial and error. The only way that we can learn and figure out more on where it is we want to be and who it is we want to be, sometimes we have to fail. Sometimes we have to be like, you know what, I actually really don't like this. And I don't want to do this anymore. And I'm going to actually redirect myself into something else and try this out instead. And then later, you know, at some point, you get to the point where you're like, oh, I'm actually really, really happy with doing this. I'm going to continue doing this. And then you do it for some time, and then you're like, I don't really know if I want to do this anymore. And then you change directions. That is what life is. You know, that is literally what life is. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with changing directions. There's nothing wrong. You don't need to fit into somebody else's timeline. You don't need to have, you know, XYZ at a certain age. Some people are excelling in one aspect of their life and failing in another. You know, some people could be like super career oriented, but they have no relationship skills at all. They haven't dated a person ever. So it's really like, you can't compare yourself to other people. The only person you can really compare yourself to is yourself. You know, your past version of yourself, and be like, wow, I'm doing better each and every time, each and every day. And there's nothing wrong with being lost. If you're lost, you are going the correct direction. There is a little image that I saw like a long, long time ago, and I always bring it up in my readings because I truly love it so much. And it was basically saying, if you know exactly where you're going, you're not going in the right direction. You're following in somebody else's direction. You're following somebody else's journey. And if you're lost and you don't know where you're going and you're kind of like super confused, you're like, where am I going? That is exactly where it is you need to be, because you are carving out your own path. Your own path. So you're exactly where you need to be. And I think when people see you, it's like they see your confidence. You may not even feel like you have confidence, or you may feel lost, but people see you as someone who's chasing their dreams. People see you as someone who's inspirational, who knows what they're doing, who's confident in what they're doing. And people look up to you. People see that you're hungry for life, and they want that. They see that. You ignite that inside of them. With the Knight of Swords, let's talk about the Knight of Swords and the Ten of Cups. The Ten of Cups is like the wish fulfillment card. People see you as literally like, what pops into their mind is like just dreams. Like they're dreaming. They're dreaming of being with you. They're dreaming of being you. They're dreaming of being friends with you. They just want to dream with you. They want to live your dreams. They want to chase their own dreams with you. It's like the wish fulfillment card. Your wishes have been granted. Your wishes are coming true. And they're already here. With the Ten of Cups, right? It's about believing in the now. When you're manifesting, it's about telling yourself now, I am successful. It's not about being, oh, I will be successful. I am successful. I am succeeding. It's about being in the present, because if you're constantly focused on the past or the future, you know, it will never happen in the now. So with the Ten of Cups, right? Ten of Cups says, divine love, blissful relationships, harmony, alignment. People could be, when people see you, it's like they feel aligned. They feel like you could be aligned with exactly what it is you need to do or what it is that you need. People could feel like you are their wish fulfillment, you're their dream person, you're their dream wife, husband. People feel like you are, you know, they feel like when they're with you, they're at harmony, they're at peace. It's almost like they found happiness. They're just happy being with you. With the Moon card here, the Moon card is heavy energy here. So the Moon card represents illusions, fears, anxiety, subconscious intuition. People have some sort of intuitive message about you, and they feel good about you. Their intuition, when people like see you, their intuition tells them that you're good, that you're a good person, that you should be trusted, that you can be trusted, that you're just an overall amazing person. And that's what their intuition says about you. It's like they're like, Pile 3 is a good person. Another thing, people could feel like maybe you're, you know, feeling a little bit anxious, or, you know, struggling with illusions or fears, such as maybe negative illusions, being like, oh, I'm not worthy, or no, I can't do it, or oh, this is, you know, a failure, it means I can't do this. You can. Fear is only our egos trying to keep ourselves safe and stagnant and in our comfort zone. Fear is our ego. You know, our minds are wired to survive. And our egos are a part of our brain that tell ourselves these negative thoughts to keep ourselves stuck. What we need to do is rewire our brain to chase our dreams. It's not about survival anymore. It's about thriving. It's about truly living life. And I think you already know that, Pile 3. And I think that's something that people are reminded when they see you. They see you as someone who's thriving in life. It's like, even though you might be going through literally a shitstorm, it's like somehow you're able to do your makeup, your hair, and look absolutely phenomenal while doing it. It's like you can do anything. But you could be feeling like maybe, you know, fearful or anxious or something. And I think the best thing that could, people could be maybe feeling that way about you is like they could be very attracted to, or, you know, like crushing on you. And that could be something that they feel about you is, you know, they feel anxious around you, or they have some fears around you. But I'm also getting, if you feel like those emotions resonate with you, this could be something that maybe you work through those things. You write them down, you work through them. Why do I feel this way? What event occurred that made me feel this? Why was I feeling this? What belief or thought popped into my head that made me feel this? Okay, now what are the consequences from these beliefs? So for example, I'm scared to make a new friend. Well, now because I'm scared to make a new friend, the event that happened is a new person showed up. I have a belief that I'm afraid to make a new friend, and also that they're not going to like me. Well, the feeling I'm getting is self-deprecation. I'm sad and isolated, lonely. And the consequence is, now I'm not going to put myself out there to meet this new person, because I'm already telling myself it's not going to work out. So can I dispute this and remind myself that that's not the case, and that I should reach out anyways? Because it may actually work out. 90% of the time when you take the risk, it works. And obviously I'm not talking about like gambling and shit. You know, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm saying taking a risk when it's come to meeting people, when it goes to like starting a business. You can do anything, you know. Don't be afraid to take a risk. With the Knight of Swords, this is the last thing I'm going to say for you, is the Knight of Swords in reverse. Says restless, unfocused, impulsive, burnout. Okay, restless. Let's read a little bit. I want to get a little bit into the nitty-gritty. What is it saying? And it says, I'm lost. There could be something about maybe you're so, like, you know, up in the clouds. Like, you could be... Okay, so what I'm getting with this is, when you're working so hard and you're taking so much action towards your goals, sometimes we need to take a step back, reflect, and be like, actually, hold up. Let's remind ourselves what the overall direction is. Sometimes we need to step back, look at what it is we wrote down, a overall goal, and remind ourselves, is this task that I'm doing, you know, bringing me a step further or closer to that goal? Or is this just a distraction task? It's just a task that, like, I don't actually need to be doing, and it's taking out a lot of more of my time than I should actually be doing at the moment. So, for example, like, the biggest thing I could think of is, let's say I want to start a tarot card, you know, channel, but I'm so busy on making thumbnails that I never actually film a video. It's like, the thumbnails is only 20% of the work. You know, actually creating the video is 80%. The most energy and time I should be pouring into is creating the videos, not the, you know, 20%. You know, time management is important, and focusing in focused work, being focused with your energy rather than, you know, letting all these different outlets steal your energy from you. So let's read what it says here. It says the Knight of Swords is a man or a woman on a mission who has his mind set on something and nothing is stopping him. Let me read what it says in reverse. I was reading upright. Can appear in a tarot card reading when we are brimming with so much energy and motivation, but we can't effectively channel it or release this energy. You are growing restless and frustrated because you want to take action, but something is holding you back. Perhaps the timing isn't right, or you don't have enough resources, or you're relying on someone else who isn't ready. You need to find alternative ways to release this energy, otherwise you're going to burst. Similar to the Knight of Swords, first off, you don't need anybody else to do something. You can do anything on your own. You have all the resources, you know, and obviously there could just be something about taking a step back and, you know, reflecting on how can we better channel our energy. Similarly, the Knight of Swords reverse suggests that you have little direction or making rash, impulsive decisions, pulling others down with you. Your thoughts are scattered and you're changing your mind. If you're leading others, you could be very confusing or frustrated. Even if you're working alone, you may feel distracted, or monkey mind is getting in the way of your success. You may need to apply a single focus, pick an idea and stick to it until it is completed. It will take mental discipline to see it through. Are you up for the task? The reverse Knight of Swords can also suggest you need to slow down. Otherwise, you're at risk of burning out, exhausted. You want to be involved in everything, but you also are not succeeding at anything because of the roving energy. You are accomplishing very little and growing more tired of the day. Take some time out to ground yourself. Finally, the Knight of Swords reverse indicates you need to do it alone to build a valuable life experience and maturity. As you search for freedom and independence, it is likely that you make mistakes along the way due to your recklessness, but it's all part of the journey, which I love that. So it's, you know, it's all about, sometimes you mess up, sometimes you make mistakes, sometimes, you know, it's part of the journey. The whole point is to be lost. The whole point is to be confused. The whole point is to step into the unknown and figure it out, you know, and figure what path is best for you. So what crosses people's minds when they see you, Pile 3, is that you are somebody who's willing to try anything and to try and see if it is something for you or if it's not. And it's like, people like that you're not afraid to give it a shot and actually give it a really good shot. People could feel like maybe you're someone who has a lot of energy and you could be very good at, like, pouring your heart and soul into things, and that, like, people could really like that about you. But this could be a little bit ineffective for you because sometimes, even if it's, you know, shit, we just need to put it out there. trust me, there's been a ton of tarot card readings where I posted that I'm like, damn, that wasn't the greatest. And I, you know, it was kind of garbage. But I learned from it and I'm improving every day. So it's kind of like sometimes you have to, you know, have a balance between quality and quantity. Another message I'm getting is there could be something about don't burn yourself out with needing perfectionism or needing for it to get done in a day. Rome was not built in a day, right? So, for example, little strides every day. Maximum spend 2 hours on doing this or 3 hours doing this and then go do something else so you don't burn yourself out. Another thing is planning ahead really helps. Picking ahead, making it as simple as, right? When you write down a plan or a schedule, change it every week and change it for the better. Improve it. Make it simpler for you. Make it easier for you. Make it as simple as and clear as you possibly can. For example, think of any social media person that works for social media. They stick to one thing and they make it extremely easy and they do it over and over and over and over and over and over again. So like that's a good example to explain to you when it comes to whatever it is that you're doing. You don't need to do all at once. Just focus on one thing and perfect it, you know? So that's what I have for you, my beautiful pile threes. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you felt like this resonated with you and you want to hear more, maybe a little bit more on like the 18 plus messages over here, we'll definitely get into that on our Patreon. But thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next ones. Bye!